All right. Today on a very special Tactical Dennis, we are unboxing a brand new e-bike. What we have here is a box. Unlike other boxes you may have seen, this is the Engine Pro from ENGWE. This should be a nice big blue folding bicycle with 20-inch tires. We'll find out. Let's get to it. Super stapers. Let's get rid of these guys first. And remember, first thing you want to do when you're taking staples out is organize them all so you don't pop your tire later. It looks like. Shush. Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright. Some really nice staples you got there. Staples are out. Let's see what's inside. Another staple. All right. Time for you, Mr. Staple. All right. Wow, first off, packaging looks great. You can truly feel that this is a production bike and they care about it not being destroyed on the way to your house. It's got suspension, front suspension, rear suspension. Oh, that blue looks nice. Let's see, we got the tires. Looks like it's all going to pull out one piece via zip tie there. The actual seat tube is much bigger diameter than your classic bicycle seat tubes. It's worth noting. It's kind of ironic because if you look at it, it's almost bigger than your fork tube. All right. I think the whole thing's going to come out. It's 80 pounds, so we can lift that, I think. Come on, okay. Got a nice lift handle right here. All right, she's out. Let's see what other accessories got going on in here. This feels like the charger. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's not a fail video. There's that seat post. Nice seat. Let's put that right in there for now. And the mystery box. All right, let's see what we got here. it's actually it's really nice. First impressions before you even getting the stuff all unwrapped. It's got a beautiful hue of a color. The packaging is really well done, better than you'd see on a bicycle. It just looks like a awesome combination right here. So things we know that are on here, we know that the front tire is there and the front fender. So first things first would probably be, let's check the manual. All right, boxes. What we got in these boxes? Pedals? I knew they were pedals. I'm just taking my time looking at them. They're little boys, not bad. These are folding pedals, I believe. We got here some Velcro pedals. Looks like they're metal. Washers. How do they work? Again, there it is. Okay. So yeah, if you want folders, these fold. Not bad mechanism there. It's all metal. Actually snaps right back in the shape. Feels good, actually. And a couple little notches on them. Keep your feet secure. It's got reflectors in there that are nicely caged, so they're not going to get smashed up on your first ride. Or third ride, maybe. Here we got the classic battery charger. Power brick, if you will. It actually looks a lot like a classic laptop battery pack. Very professional. Connector's a single connector. All right. That leaves this mystery box. How do you guys like to open stuff? How does it work? How does anything work? Make sure you take your time and be very careful when opening boxes. Mr. Adam. This must be the folding stem. Not bad. That's pretty secure. This boy's going right here. Eventually. Definitely has somewhere to catch. This is pulling this up enough. but not quite enough. How's that? I think we got to put the pin through first, which means we got to take this capping off. And blammo. All right. Oh, a little toolkit. This is nice. Aw. This is really a throwback. If you remember the good old days of Suzuki's and Yamaha's giving you a little toolkit. I think we'll a set of Allen keys, wrenches. Alright, enjoy your riding. I'm not going to bore you with the manual. I know not everybody loves the manual. I do like looking through them at least once. See which way the tires go. Alright. But bam. Now let's quit messing around. The tires have air in them. Okay, so next step naturally is let's get these zip ties off here. Big zip ties holding the tires on, and little zip ties holding all the covers on. Let's go big zip ties. Now remember, as you take the zip ties off, the weight's going to shift on this thing, so if you want to avoid dropping your bike, hold on to it. Hope for the best. And also try and grab them where they're not going to hurt anything up. The most important lesson of zip ties is when you're cutting them, don't cut into the wire that's also there. Cut on the outside. Right, Coco? So they put air in them, but not all the way. So you definitely need to top off before we go for a ride. Alright. What do you guys think? You guys like fenders? Let me know in the comments if you're a fender guy or girl, or do you prefer the mud in your face? So this is center punch to the rear, so I'm assuming it's going to be meow meow, just like that. All right. Oh no. This way? See if I get that on there. Back to you in a minute. All right. So let's see more of this thing. Handlebars. There's the beast. Look at that. Man, those colors look good. I don't know if it's coming up on the camera, but it is just a nice dark blue. It's gonna look nice in the sun. All right. Doesn't really say how to attach the stem, except to attach the stem. And we know this guy is pretty much turning to dust right here. So let's get that Allen key and open that guy up and just pop him right in that place. I'm pretty sure we're going to fold forward. Pew, pew, pew. Or they do want to lean, because if that's going to be forward, that's not going to line up. So we're not really building off of this angle of attack. Because he's going to be offset and like that, if that's what they're implying from the placement here, which makes sense, because you're not going to want to fold directly forward. You're going to want to fold on a 45. All right, tools. First try. Oh, I was wrong. First try. So right now it's floating in there, so its retention is very important. So that's gonna skadoosh. Somewhere around that angle, I think, is a good starter point. I'll drop this guy back in here, and he'll add a little extra safety. And then we'll tighten up on the neck after that. Let's talk about this bike for a minute. Why did I want it? Why are we here in this predicament? Well, it's real simple. No one can have just one e-bike. If you have one e-bike, you're probably going to want another e-bike. For various reasons. Number one, having a full-size e-bike is going to give you a lot of different options, like a dirt bike. But then what if you just want to cruise around town and your town is really angry about Surons right now? Then how about a bike that's in between? Maybe you want a bike that's a little lower to the ground, easier for your daughter or wife to ride, or just easier on your life. And this is a good balance. It's good that they're all the same Allen key size. We're going to sass these down a little bit later. But don't forget to. That's good. Everything headwise is all just one Allen key. Which is not marked, but easy to remember, easy to keep. Alright. Thus next. Two handlebars. Okay, so like now, it feels like it's gonna go this way, so let's get these unsnapped. Tools. All right. This is questionable. Meow, meow, meow. There we go. Alright, those are tighter than fingers. So let's go grab that tool back. Yeah, he's got a little bit like Loctite on him. So you got a little height son of a gun. You got a little height adjustment available in this here as well. That tolerance is a little close though for the display. I'm sure I can turn the display out of the way. You're gonna make that sound whenever you move stuff. All right. Before we lock these down all the way, we are going to sit on it and kind of get an idea where we want everything. Because I do want my calipers upright. Brakes feel good. Shimano feels good. What else we got going on here? More snippy snaps. Starting to look like a bike though. So he folds in the middle here, and we're going to save folding until we get this thing on proper ground. All right. Let's do tire, I guess. Evening attire. What did I lose? Okay. Let's get more snappy snaps. All right. It's a dog. Hey, dog. This one's interesting. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. These stuff don't fall over in the box. Boy. Good look at that suspension. I really like the way this looks, how they kind of polish the piece on the end. That looks nice. Everything looks nice and clean. Huh. Maybe now I get a picture of the serial number. Dennis. There's our keys. Keys go underneath here, I think. Built-in energy recovery system. That's good. Good to know. A regen for kids at home. All right. Headlight. Where are you gonna live? You gonna live right here? Yeah, it seems so. put the headlight in here for right now. Bye, washer. There we go, see him again. I assume I could do fender too, but I just want this out of the way. There we go. All right, 4 keys. Let me know in the comments how you rate this build so far. All right, so we got 2 forkies. These screws are going to hold the rear fender, the rear of the front fender on. And this screw is going to hold the front of the rear fender on. That's easy to remember. And this is going to hold her tire on. All right. It's pretty standard. We got a washer. It's going to sit next to the bolt side. Now you'd be asking yourself, how would you know that, Dennis? Well, I would look at the manual. I'd also assume this boy rotates inside the hub, so he doesn't need any more spin to tighten. And let's see, he's got a rib on there, so that's kind of like a locking washer, somewhere in between a locking washer and a washer. And we know this is our disc, 160 millimeter. That's gonna go on the opposite side. All right, and this is a free little fish toy for your kids. Very efficient. All right. Now there's a lot of steps along the way that someone might say, hey, watch out for that fender. So there's a lot of steps along the way that it would be helpful if you had a second person with you. But I film alone. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Alright, well. It's kind of, oh, you're back over there. Get back on and send you back because that's too confusing. Alright. Huh. Big wrench time. Something magical about stepping on zip ties. All right. You think it's going to be the right size? Looking good. All right. We're going to double check the manual again. One of the hardest parts about unboxing is, on any bike, is putting front tire on, because you don't... 1, 2, 3. One of the hardest parts about putting the front tire on is you're dealing with a lot of different directions at once. You want to get the disc into its seat. You also want to not hurt it. Let's give her a nice pad to sit on. It's very light. if I was going to say the weight, okay, this one's a little tricky because there's not a lot of room in here. For turning those nuts. So if you don't want to strip your paint, you're gonna have to take it real careful and not tighten, actually loosen the screws. What I'd probably recommend at this point is a 15mm socket instead. All right. That's kind of groovy, kind of like a spare. Free parts. All right, so yeah, let's just plop her in there and figure it out from there. All right. Now we don't want the bike to fall. Put a little bit of area. So we could probably go straight up with this. It balances so well right now. All right. Yeah, okay. This is the part, kids, where you should have someone with you to help you put this part on. So here's the goal here. We want to put tire into the forks by ourselves. And we gotta pull out this retaining pin right here. That's basically keeping the forks from the brake pads from squishing into each other. We gotta get him in there, and we gotta put him underneath. Now, these are two different directions to think about because the disc is going to slide in this way and the tire is going to come upward, and we want to do that all at the same time. Also make sure these washers are not in the way. So I'm going to just preemptively just remove the nuts and washers off of here. That way I have a little bit more room to work with and I don't have to fight two more things as I go up. All right. And you're also on a time crunch because once you pull this out, sometimes these will squish on you, or someone accidentally presses the button and the lever and it makes it too tight to fit your pad in. Then you're down here trying to claw it open. Okay, so let's do it. Lean back. The bike's about 80 pounds, so this is about 40 in my hands. Can it be done? Disc is on. All right, we're in. See, that was easy. Now you'll be tempted to tighten these with that wrench, but I recommend if you have a 15mm to tighten it down. That way you're not going to scratch this hardware right here, because it's I'll explain this real easy. When you're tightening this in, this is going to twist. So if you're going to crank this down hard, you're going to slap right into your paints here. There's not a flat area there, but if you come in with a socket, you eliminate that chance. Cool. So I give it a little, again, give it a little kiss, just to keep it on there. And I'm going to go grab a socket just to be extra safe. And if you're really not sure, just have someone else assemble it. Right there, Coco, right now. All right. Okay. I know that kickstand. All right. So now we got a basic bike. $15mm. Extension. Pro tip. All right. Okay. What's next? What do we have on this? This is the fatter Allen key, I think. Ding, ding, ding. All right. It's so clean. That logo looks great. Man, that really pops. There's a real sense of professionalism that went into this build. I mean, not what I'm doing. The people before me really do seem to care about their bike, and I appreciate that. That's a good question, right? Do you want this to be in front or behind the other bracket? Put it here. He's going to slowly wobble down. Pop him in. Through there. And on back. Started. Find that washer we lost earlier. Put the washer on. Tighten her all down. That's a little tricky right here because you're not going to really be able to get in there with the Allen key, so you definitely need one of the wrenches. So we can finish this part here. A smaller key. Ah, almost perfect. Now we figured out what the little guy's for. Grab the 10 while we're up. Okay. This is another place where you want to be extra careful because it's real easy to get metal on metal contact and scratch your paint. I prefer to have my scratches from my writing style and not from my assembly style. You know, little scars of honor. But it's best practice to get everything in place first before you tighten it down. And think things through, you know. Is this going to interfere with the brake lever? The brake cable? Is it going in? Or are you fighting it too much? Would it be easier if you went from the other side? Yeah. This is another little spot where it's a little bit of preference. If you want to put a fender on the front. Do you want to get sprayed in your face while you ride through the smallest of puddle? Or do you want to just nice and dry? And since this is a family bike, it's nice to be nice and dry. Look on the back here, is that 10 for sure? Yeah. All right. That's about where I want it. I don't know about that though. I don't know about that. I think the washer would look better on the other side because the washer is not seating. All right, let's do that another way. The most important thing I can recommend is take your time. There's no rush when you're putting your bike together the first time. Oh, how it goes. This serves a lot of different purposes. You want not scratch the fender. You want to give a little bit room for twisting. Yeah, see, that just seats better. Let's do that. Now your headlight's going to be a little off because as you're torquing it, it's going to twist a little bit. As long as you get it close enough, you can come back and tighten better. So we got flashlights, geez. We got headlights. Got Chaoyang 20 by 4.0s. Not bad. They want 20 psi. I mean, they're pretty squishy, but they're probably rideable squishy. Front tires are such a mystery. Alright. It's good to know that the right side is this side, in case you were wondering. Oh, I just want to take my time. It's so beautiful. Alright. What do we got next? Clean up those bits. And then it's almost done. Pedals. Alright, let's talk about the basics here. This is a hub motor. Comes through this wire here. This is your connector. You can disconnect here if you need to change your tire. Runs inside. And here is going to be your controller and your battery. Probably need to fold it to turn it on. You got your basics. The magic of an e-bike is it is right in between a mountain bike and electric motorcycle. You have a bunch of features on here designed to allow you to just ride it, just enjoy it. If you run out of juice, or if you want to exercise. And you have a bunch of features on here that's going to allow you to just hang on, take you everywhere. I do like the quality of the welds. Actually looks very good on here. Very clean welds. I like this point. This is kind of nice. Extra cable routing if you need to do. But so many cables, we've got to run them all underneath. It sits pretty tall. I mean, I know the steering could go taller than that, but we are already at dirt bike sizes. Let's see what we got under the hood here. What a clean little machine. So let's see what happens when we unfold it. So the whole connector, and then there's the battery, I assume. You can drive it back a little bit. It feels like it pulls out. You probably need to have the key in it first. All right. It's notched. It's really well made for folding. The keys. So excited. I can't wait. This is awesome. So that's on. Huh? It's already good to go. 84% battery. I didn't even put foot pegs on yet. Sweet. Display is beautiful. Left. And let's make this right. You guys recommend those little guides? And why not? Left. One thing a lot of people don't remember about bicycles is that your pedals are threaded differently on either side. That way you don't pedal and unloosen them. Unloosen? Just loosen. That just blew through the rest of these. Blam blam. Alright. There we go. So packaging wise, I would say this is very professional. This is better than a lot of bikes I've seen. So far, looks and quality is top notch. I cannot complain about this bike. Everything looks done professionally. Everything that they did. My own work, that's its own problem. Yeah. However, if I was gonna recommend this bike, I'd say yeah, right away. My next video is going to be a bit further into it. We will actually go for our first test ride. Today is just about building a bike. They can't all be rides. Just a quick check on the bolts that are on here already. Everything's pretty nice and tight. All right, here's our charge port. Spare key. And there you have it. The ENGWE Engine Pro. A fine specimen of a bike. It's really well built. It looks great. It was easy to assemble. You got plenty of room on the back here. Really solid. Probably put a rider back here. no problem. Give it a little straddle. Oh yeah, yeah. Outside of that, just gotta tighten stuff down and we're good to go. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.